I'm Terri Savelle. I'm glad you're watching today. I want to talk to you about how successful people handle setbacks. Every one of us face difficulties, challenges, and setbacks on our way to success, on our way to our dreams. In fact, I was reading how airplanes, when they take off, they don't take off with the wind, they take off against the wind. But you think about that. The winds that are blowing against you, they're not meant to keep you down. They're meant to lift you to a higher level, lift you to the next level. It all depends on how you view it. I was reading something from Meryl Streep. She posted this picture on Facebook and it went viral. People went nuts over this picture. Well, she put a quote on there and she said, "This moment was a picture of me coming home from an audition for King Kong." She said, "Where I was told that I was too ugly for the part." She said, "This was a pivotal moment for me. This one rogue opinion could derail my dreams of becoming an actress or force me to pull myself up by the bootstraps and believe in myself." This is what she said. "I took a deep breath and I said to them, 'I'm sorry you think I'm too ugly for the part.' She said, 'But you are just one opinion in a sea of thousands, and I'm off to find a kinder tide.'" I love that. Then, of course, she says I have like 19 Academy Award nominations, I think more than anybody. But she had to believe in herself and know that that setback was really a setup for her to go to the next level. It all depends on how you view it. I was reading something about Michael Jordan. He said, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games." Then he said this, "On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed it." He said, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Now, he's one of the greatest players of all time, and he had that many failures. But listen to this. Stan Smith, the tennis player, he said he was rejected from even being a lowly ball boy for the Davis Cup tennis match because organizers felt that he was too clumsy and uncoordinated. Stan Smith said he went on to prove them wrong, showcasing his not-so-clumsy skills by winning Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, and 8 Davis Cups. And I think, doesn't he have tennis shoes named after him? Well, think about that. The storms you're facing, it could be that you couldn't reach your destiny without it. You think about that. Think about David in the Bible. He'd still be known as a little shepherd boy if it weren't for Goliath. Goliath was placed strategically in his path not to push him down, but to take him to the next level. Well, I heard Joyce Meyer share a message years ago, and it was all about, storms being a springboard for promotion. And she said nobody goes, from plateau to plateau to plateau. She said no. In fact, when the shepherd leads his sheep, he doesn't take them from mountaintop to mountaintop to mountaintop. You have to go through the valley to get to the next mountaintop. But it's in the valley, that's where we learn to trust God. That's where we get strong on the inside. We learn to develop our faith muscle. That's where we get stronger. I think about in my own life. I had no idea what God was about to do in my life. And when a storm came against me, the Bible talks about of hurricane proportions. I remember thinking my life was over. Every dream I had for myself, it was over. Everything was falling apart around me, including myself, my marriage. And, I was a ghostwriter back then. And I remember my dad said to me, "I don't even want you to come in the office for a while. I want you to just work from home. You can write the manuscripts from home, but you need to just work on you." I thought that was the worst thing in the world that he could tell me because I love being around people. I did not want to be alone, especially at a time like that in my life. And I thought, definitely in the valley. But do you know that season of my life, as depressed and miserable and sad as I was, and feeling hopeless and no vision, turned out to be the most pivotal moment of my life. Just like Meryl Streep said, that one moment could cause me to give up on my dreams or pull myself up by the bootstraps and say I'm going for what God has put in my heart to do. I didn't even know what to do, but do you know that moment at home, alone, depressed, is where I began a routine, which now I have a magazine called The Routine. But that's where I began to develop a simple routine of spending time with God, of reading books, of listening to messages, of writing my dreams, and of working out. That was where it all began, was in that depressing season of my life that looked like a setback, but it was really a setup to promote me to the next level. So I want to challenge you to think about whatever you're going through right now. Don't think of it as all hell has come against me, my life is over. No, God's preparing you. He's about to promote you to the next level, but you got to use this moment to grow, to build yourself up, to stay focused, have vision in the valley. I love what this story I was listening to from Miles Monroe, and he was talking about how in 1976 he had lunch with Earl Roberts and Corrie ten Boom. And he said while they're having lunch, they just began asking her questions. Like, how do you have such stamina at 80-something years old? And this is what she said to them. She said, always live according to your vision, never according to your eyes. Now think about that. Live according to your vision, never according to your eyes. You have to stay focused on what you see on the inside, not necessarily what you see on the outside. Then she said this. Remember to believe in the dark what God told you in the light. That is so powerful if you really hang on to those words. You have to believe in this storm, in this challenge, whatever you're facing. Believe in the dark what God told you in the light. So storms can become a springboard for promotion. The setback you're facing, it can actually take you to the next level. I love this. This was Jackson Brown. He wrote this little book called Life's Little Instruction Book. He said there's 2 rules to perseverance. Rule number 1, take one more step. Rule number 2, when you can't take one more step, refer to rule number 1. In other words, go ahead and take another step. Joyce Meyer says, new level, new devil. And like I said before, this isn't meant to put you back, set you back. It's meant to take you to the next level. But it's what you do in this valley, it's what you do during this challenge that's going to either take you to the next level or take you back. So I'm challenging you, remember these phrases, that Satan always attacks those next in line for a promotion. Maybe this storm you're facing, you couldn't get to your destiny without it. Stay focused. If you're enjoying the podcast, please subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter so I can keep you motivated to achieve your dreams. And ladies, please register for the Icing Conference. We have had overwhelming response, and I don't want you to miss out by not having a cupcake. That would be dreadful. So hurry and register, and I can't wait to see you in Fort Worth. I believe it's one thing to have a dream for your life, but when you discover God's plan for your life, that's the icing on the cake.
It's more than a women's conference. It's a 2-day event that can change the course of your life. So make plans now to join Terri, Savelle Foy, and women from around the world at Icing 2016. You don't want to miss this unforgettable weekend of awesome worship, new friendships, fun-filled activities, and practical life application teaching with Terri. It's a sweet treat you don't want to miss. We'll see you at Icing 2016, October 14th and 15th at the Will Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth, Texas. For more information and to register for this free event, visit terri.com. Don't wait. Register today.